Stevie, have you recovered from Sunday, and how's the squad reacting to another decent performance, but just coming up a little bit short in the result?
Yeah, it's something we need to get out of the system quickly. Disappointment from the game, from the result, but we need to learn from it quickly and move on, because the games are coming thick and fast, important games for us. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Team news, everyone okay for the weekend? Anything changing?
We're hoping. We've got a couple of late decisions, obviously. The Rangers match, we're getting in there absolute bare bones. We've got five starters missing, which makes a big impact in the game and what we can do in the second half and later in the game. So yeah, we're hoping that either today or early tomorrow we'll find out, and hopefully there'll be more positive news in terms of personnel.
Okay. Obviously it was Rangers at the weekend, Celtic a few weeks before. Ran them both close. What can you learn from those games against the Old Firm that you can then take in to tomorrow?
Well, we want to do more than that. We don't want to run teams close and be, we've played well, but we're getting closer. We want to go that one step further, and how we do that, a lot of it's the work we're doing every day, belief within the squad and the personnel and the starting 11, and yeah, hopefully the fans getting right behind us tomorrow will play a big factor and help us achieve that. Does
much need to change? You need to approach the game differently at all, or is it just a little bit extra belief, maybe taking your chances when they do come? Is that all it is?
Yeah, there's been some good stuff. I mean, the last two results haven't been what we wanted, but away to Hibs we lose 1-0. We play most of the game, or almost half of the game, with 10 men. As I say, Rangers, we lose 2-1 to Rangers. A team in the Champions League. We've got 5 starters almost missing. We look at the options we had and the young players. We've got 3 2006 squad warming up, 3 16-year-olds warming up to come on the pitch, and then you see the changes that they make. They're bringing on 3 fully fledged international players, options coming on that don't start on their team. So that's what we're competing against, and we're okay with that. It's just understanding where we're at and how we need to progress and get better and take that one step further.
What would a result mean tomorrow, both for the belief but for the club in general?
Yeah, it would mean everything. It's going to be difficult, it's going to be a challenge, but it's one we're going to be up for, and it's anything worth achieving is going to be difficult. So we're fully aware of it, we're prepared for it, and we'll give it absolutely everything we've got.
And as a manager, is this the type of challenge that you relish personally as well, to see how you match up in terms of your beliefs and your philosophies on the pitch? Yeah,
it's as tough as it gets. You're playing against a team that's high quality, it's well coached, they've got a certain style that they play which is difficult to coach and understand, so it shows you where they're at in terms of them. But again, it's what we do, how we bring us the best version of us possible to the game, and that will give us the best chance going forward. And we need everyone individually to be strong and be at a high level. Us as well, myself included, the staff, the fans on side, and bringing the noise for us. All of these things will need to contribute to us getting a positive result.
Is there an allowance to be a bit more free when it comes to cup matches, one-off matches against especially teams who are probably coming in there as favourites?
Yeah, understand the question, but every game we go into, we try and win. We try and win every game we've been in. As you say, this season we've ran everybody close. The results that haven't went our way, we've been close, and it's going to take time for what we're trying to do and get to the end goal here and get to. But in terms of tomorrow, it's a cup game. There's not that puts us in a certain position in the league or whatever. It's a cup game. It's a one-off. We want to give absolutely everything we've got in that game and then take the weekend when that comes.
Well, you'll be focused on this game, Stephen. It's, as a player, you went close to winning a cup with Motherwell but didn't manage to go over the line. What would it mean to you personally if you managed to get Motherwell a bit of silverware this season?
I mean, well, that's the dream, isn't it? That's something for the club. It will happen for the club, I'm sure, one day, hopefully soon, very soon. But again, that would be presumptuous and looking forward. We're concentrating on this. If we can get through this game, which is as tough as it gets, then that's what we want. That's what every Motherwell fan wants, and myself included. That's the goal. That's where we want to get to. It's going to be very difficult and it's going to be challenging, but yeah, like I said, that's the goal.
What challenges? What challenges does Celtic present, Stephen, that perhaps other teams in the league don't?
A lot. We've obviously played them already this season. We've watched them a lot as well. They've got a certain style that they believe in and they stick to, and they're strong in their philosophy and game model is strong. So they've got areas of the pitch they can hurt you with, and they've got a real progressive style and a manager that believes in it. So it's as challenging as it can get in here. But again, we need to be aware of what they're doing, but focusing on how we hurt them and how we progress within the match. And that's something we've been working on, every day almost.
Is it the pace they play the game that's difficult to cope with?
Yeah, I think so. I think they play a high pressure game. They play a game with intensity, especially at their own place. I mean, this is our home game. We want to treat it like that. We want it to be different from the game that we played them at Celtic Park, and that's a goal. Listen, it's going to be difficult, I know, but we don't want to be overly focused on what they do and what they bring. We are fully aware of what their strengths are and what they've got individually. But again, our most focus is on us and how we conduct ourselves within the match.
Stephen, I think you've reached the final of this competition on 2 occasions as a player. How can you use that experience to help your players?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've got there a couple of times and fell short when we got there at the top end of it, but it requires, to even get there, it requires, like I said, in this match, it requires all of us, staff included, individual players, to be near the top of their game. Collectively, we need to be strong, we need to be together, and then if that comes, we take care of that just now. But right now, our focus isn't on what do we do when we get to Hampden, or if we get to a cup final. Our focus is on how do we do the best we possibly can in this match.
Does that motivate you even further then, that you fell short before, to try and get that job done as a manager?
Well, if that's the outcome, then great. I mean, the process we're in just now is how we win this game. If the outcome is potentially doing that, then fantastic. But as I said, there's a lot of hard work and a lot of coaching, a lot of detail that needs to go in for us to get there still. But yeah, it's one game. If we can potentially make it through that game, then the goals and the stuff that comes after that is great. But it requires us to be at our absolute maximum tomorrow.
What's the last few months been like for you, Stephen? Because obviously you came in when Graham left. It's been pretty. Have you had a chance to draw breath since? Because there's been a lot of midweek games, and a lot has been thrown at you in the first kind of 3-4 months.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. It's been full on. As you say, the fixtures keep coming thick and fast. I think even between now and the World Cup break, they just keep coming, and they're difficult games for us, but it's good. It's all good. Like I said earlier, I need to be a little bit patient with myself in terms of what I want and how I want us to get to, and what I believe our final place is going to be. Obviously, in football, you need, patience is something that's not really there, and time. I understand that. We've seen a lot of good stuff, I believe, in that time. We need to remember where we were at before and the strides we've made and the differences we're trying to do things at. But overall, yeah, it's been full on and it's been good. But there is certainly a lot of things that we can get better at. There's no one knows that more than me.